Good?
Say something.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Something.
they did mic checks.
Yeah, just lean in and do a mic check for us.
Mic check. Mic check 1 2.
Good deal.
Like a pro.
There we go. All right.
Singing.
Questions for Maverick today?
I mean, what's going through your mind when you see Tyrone have to come out that early and they're like, hey, Maverick, go get it?
Well, I didn't think it was anything too serious to begin with. You know, obviously it's happening that early, but we always stay ready. The offensive line, we stay right behind Caldwell the whole game. You never know when something's going to happen.
What'd you take away from that Louisville game when both Fruit Morgan and Gore had some injury issues and you were getting tossed in there?
Well, as soon as I saw Jake Fruit Morgan go in, I thought that if something wasn't, I was just like crazy. Like, what if something happened to him, I would have to go in at right tackle possibly. And then when I saw him limping, Caldwell turned around and was like, "Maverick, you ready to play tackle?" And I said, "I'm ready to play wherever, coach, wherever I'm needed."
How do you feel as though you performed on Saturday?
I felt like I did okay. Not as well as I wanted to do, but I was a little nervous at first. I will admit. I made a few minor mistakes going in the first two or three drives, just sailing in. But after that, I think I settled in, started getting the hang of it a lot better.
When you came into college, were you more guard or tackle?
I came in as a tackle, but I was definitely a guard body type when I came in.
So what have you had to learn about the position of playing guard?
Actually, guard just came a lot easier for me because after learning tackle, there's not much to learn for guard. It's because if you know what the tackle's going to do, then you know what you have to do pretty much. So it's just basically like small things like which foot to step with and things like that for different blocks, different calls.
On Saturday, was it the hardest thing trying to get the slide protections right out there? Was that?
Not really. I didn't find anything too difficult during the game. We had a great game plan, and they weren't throwing anything at us that we hadn't seen before. So,
given where you came from a year ago, and obviously through the summer, they made it clear that they were going to work you guys hard and prepare you. But the fact that they showed no hesitation to run any of you guys in at any point in the game and feel confident about it. That transition for you, how's that been, and what's it been like?
Well, we've definitely grown up a lot as an offensive line, and we're a lot smarter in that room. We're a lot more athletic, and we're older now. We were young and experienced, but now we have guys like Taylor Hearn, Justin Fasanelli, which are the grade below me, and we have no hesitation putting them in if we were to need to.
How about for you, the confidence that, at what point did you look at things and say, I'm going to have a shot here to play a good bit this season?
Yeah, this summer coming in, I knew I was going to have a good chance to play a lot this year, just because of moving from tackle to guard. I felt like I was performing a lot better at guard. I was able to perform a lot better there.
They asked you about the differences. Was there? Does the game come at you differently, being that much closer to the center?
Well, it's at guard, you like to pass protect more, and at tackle you like to run the ball more. But it's
is that because you're kind of caught in the middle there, and so it's easier?
Yeah, at guard it's speed. I mean, speed's always good for a defense player to have, but it's a lot easier to beat a guy with speed. You know. So.
How much does it help having guys like Eric and Jay and Joe on the line that are experienced?
Oh, so much. Having a center and a tackle on both sides of me, and I know that if for some reason I was to need guidance or help or anything, I know that they have me. I know that if I was to slightly mess up, I know they'd have my back on the block, things like that.
Has Ryan Norton still been a mentor?
Oh, definitely. Ryan and Eric are two of the biggest influences since I've been here. Even though they're not much older than me, they still, and when I came in, even though they didn't, or Eric McLean didn't start, he helped me every way he could, every chance he got.
specifically Ryan going the opposite route because he has been a starter and now
Yes,
he's a
and
backup.
yes.
What's it been like for him?
Really, Ryan's an inspiration because now that he knows that he was the starter. Now that he's getting better and he's still the backup because Jay's been performing so well. He will be in the locker room at halftime and he'll walk around with cups of water, handing it to all the guys, things like that. He'll go and he'll change out the towels in the seats. Like if the towels get wet from us wiping our sweat off, he'll go change the towels out. He'll tell Jay on the sideline. He watched everything Jay does. Jay will turn around and say, "Do you see anything that last drive?" And he'll help him correct his mistakes, things like that.
You mentioned Eric. Is he a guy who really takes on that leadership role in the offensive line room?
Definitely him and Ron Norton.
Maverick, I mean, last week you guys #1 in the college football rankings. Big win Saturday. Yesterday, #1 in the AP poll. I mean, how is this not overwhelmingly exciting for all of you guys? How do you stay even keeled through all this? You got to be bursting, part of you.
I mean, really, we just don't look at it. We
Not at
just
all?
play
Not even a little bit?
I mean, you have to, in the world we live in, you have
Yeah.
to see it. We know about it, but we don't live we don't go around bragging that we're #1 or things like that.
Your family doesn't call and say, hey, this is pretty exciting, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
you have to fend that off a little bit.
Yeah, I do. Definitely.
Matt, tell us about Jake Guillermo's Dabo impersonations. Are they as good as we heard they are?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thought about, with Tyrone, we don't know his status. First start on Saturday, maybe at Syracuse, if the coaches said anything. And what would that be like for you?
Possibly, I haven't been told, but whatever, I'm ready regardless of if I'm going to start or if I play 0 offensive snaps that game. I'll be on the sideline and I'll be ready.
Do you play with a little bit of a chip considering, hey, not everybody was chasing Maverick coming out of high school, but now you can start for the nation's top-ranked team?
I've never really thought about it, but maybe, possibly.
I know you win and lose as a team. As a unit, you're successful as a unit. But was there a moment, a play, a knockdown, a block that you've taken particular pride in, and in the back of your mind, it kind of reinforces your purpose each week?
Well, as an offensive lineman, it's all about small victories.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a lot of credit sometimes.
Right.
So definitely, when you make a good block, it inspires you for the next play to keep going, to get a good block the next play.
Is there one small victory this season that has inspired you?
Not one in particular, no.
Several, probably.
Yeah, possibly. It's hard to think of them off the top of my head.
Okay. I didn't know there was one particularly just went,
No, sir.